Hi all, we are back. Happy Saturday, and let's get going again in our cabinet of curiosities. I was kind of like moving around my studio and just getting some inspiration, kind of going through my various drawers of papers, and I still don't have like all of my collage papers and mark making papers, and all the papers I've made are still not really organized. So with this move and everything, so I'm excited. I was thinking as I was pulling these together how excited I am to finally, when I get settled into my home studio, to really be able to organize and really find some treasures that I probably have forgotten about. But we are here at the middle. It seems like see how fat all of this is here, and then it seems like it's a little bit here, but we're halfway because this is the dividing page. So I really do love this page. And I was thinking I don't really want to do a lot to it, but I do want to do stuff to it. So I went through looking for papers that are some translucent. I'll probably do some flips. I want to focus on doing some collaging. I really like the way that bled through from on this side. So just keep in mind that when you use the inks, the fountain pen inks, they're going to bleed through because they're indelible. If you don't want bleed through, then use your stamp pads that don't bleed. But anyhow, I love that. So let's get started. How was your week, everyone? And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Robin McClendon. Welcome to my studio. And here we do everything from working a lot with gel printing to book arts to mark making, you name it, like everything in between, mixed media. So let's get going. These are kind of some of the papers I've pulled out. I just kind of went through and got some of my faves. Love this paper. This is some of my own mark making paper that then I coffee stain and get all this wonderful bleeding. Love that. This is a paper that I get from Blick. And I've crumpled it, done the mommy-gami on it, so it's really wrinkly. One of my gel prints. This is just a scrap of coffee stained paper. This is just a piece of newsprint that I've sprayed with gold paint. These are more of some traditional papers with these symbols on them. This is another stained paper that I did with my rust stained pieces on this kind of this onion skin stuff. You've seen me use it before, and we found it on Alibaba. And we also found it on, I think, another Etsy site I showed you all. So love this stuff. This is some more of my scripting and jelly printing on coffee stained paper. My infamous holes. I love making these. And then I also have this little pocket I came across. Already had one of my feathers in it. Aw. And this is just a tea bag that I jelly printed on with some very random marks that I put on the plate and pulled off. So I think I'm gonna incorporate this. I have no idea. Like I always say, honest to goodness, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. But I just have this feeling that I want to kind of collage. And I'm thinking that these pieces right here are going to be more like elements. So I'll put those to the side right now. So these are some of the base pieces I'm kind of wanting to play with. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and put on the back some scripting. After all, that's what we have these for. I think I'm going to turn it this way, maybe. Let's go ahead and do that. And I think what I'm going to do is make flips on both sides because I want because I want to still be able to see all of this, though I'm going to cover it up some too. more with sort of translucent papers. So let's go ahead and get some of this down. I want to get this bottom part. Okay. I'm so glad you guys were like crazy excited about the stamps. Boy, I'm loving these. I'm gonna try not to overuse my own stamps. Oh, look at that. Oh. I always like to do the extra off printing on here because I know there's more ink on here. See? It's nice just to get it. Okay. So, I love it. And I just love even why it's starting to bleed through a little bit, although we're going to be collaging on this side. So, kind of want to just put a little bit of this in to sort of blend in, I'm thinking. Okay, I want to use this, but let's go ahead and trim this because I know I don't want the white on it. So let's just go ahead and trim that off. You see, how wide is it? Might as well trim off what I need. I'm thinking about making this as a flip, so let's just take off about this much. And I think I'm gonna, let me see what side. I think the irregular edge I'll put at the top, so I'll get a straight edge for the bottom too. Okay. Okay, so that'll work nicely. And I want this to be a flip. I gotta figure that out. Oh, you know, good, because I stapled this on. I bet you I can get, yep, I can get my little flip piece right underneath there. How perfect. Okay, that'll work. So I need to do the same thing on this side. Just take some of that off. Good. Okay, so let's get to collaging. I want to collage these two pieces. So I'm thinking about collaging these, and I want to use some of this too. I think I'll put this on. I kind of like the idea that you can see the holes, and sort of see the scripting through. So if I put that there and this here, I don't think I want that much. So maybe just a row. Maybe just a row. Well, I could put it all the way across because this piece is like that. So let me just go ahead and tear this. Okay. So let's go ahead and rip these. I want this to be more of a torn edge because that other edge is going to go across the bottom. But let's just sort of make this sort of irregular. Okay. So that's going to go underneath there. I'll probably take this page out to work on it. Let's just get this off so it's not so precise. Okay, so that's looking good. And I was thinking about, maybe I'll put this at the top. Oh yeah, because let's see, if I put this here, it's always like a puzzle, right? Yeah, let's put some of that at the top. Go ahead and get a nice flat piece of that. So we can put that there. I like that. I'm sorry, I'm up too high. Sorry guys, I was so busy looking down at the... Okay, so let's go ahead and put those pieces on. So I think it's kind of cool to go ahead and, oops, reaching for my blue book. Let's just go ahead and get these on so that we can start seeing the page shape up. Oh, love it. And then let's put this down. I think I'm gonna take this out. Since it's the central page and I kind of want to make sure that it's kind of works well together. Just take it all out. That up there. Okay. So far so good. Now, as I use things, let me put it over there. That's going to be there. This is going to be there. Okay. So let's see. I have this piece here. So I think I'll put that there. I like the fact that I tore that strip off from the back, and I think that could go nicely back down there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I like that. Okay. Wait a minute. I want to make sure that I stay clear of my crease. Okay. Okay, so this will go there. It's amazing how just the littlest pieces make a difference. Put that here. Okay. All these coffee stain papers, you know. I love gel printing on coffee stain papers. I think it's the best. So it really does give you that, you know, that aged look. A little bit of this up. I guess I'm just kind of into really repeating the text. Just, you know, just text from all different cultures going on here. I like that. Okay. Just go ahead and make this edge even, since that's where I'm going to end up doing my flip. Far so good. So now we have to think about, as I'm kind of thinking about these flips that are going to be on either side, where do I want to put a little pocket. I think I'm gonna put it here. I think that'll end up going there so that this flip is gonna be down here. So you get to appreciate it. And then this flip is gonna be kind of right there. So I'll stagger them, and that way we'll see different parts of the page. We get a bit of this. I just love collage, especially just intuitively. It's like a puzzle. It's like, you know, doing a puzzle. It's like putting all the little pieces together. I find it's very, you know, stimulating. Let's put that there. And this paper is nice. It's see-through, so you get a nice, you know, thing going on there. Have these pieces too. Let's look. So this is the back, the underside. I just wanted to sort of be this cacophony of text. Just to just rip it. These colors go so well together. Let's put that there, like that. Okay. So hope you guys had a great week. Enjoyable as the summer begins to set in here in Arizona. Oh my goodness, I was sitting outside yesterday morning, and I mean, I literally have to get up like early. I'm an early riser anyhow, but I really need to be out like at 5 o'clock, like literally 5:30 in the morning, to feel anything that feels like just a cool morning breeze. So I get up early and hang outside with the dogs. Oh, I like that. I'm loving how all this is happening like this. Let's get let me see, what else do I have? I have my little stack of papers here. Let's look. I feel like I want to put something up in there, but I don't really want it to be too bright. I do have some of this. It can go. And this sort of color is good too. Let's see about this. A little stash of some of these type of papers. It might be too bright, but this could be good. Okay, let's see how this goes. So I want something a little bit more. Oh, I like this color. Just to kind of add a little bit more. Like I said, like just text everywhere. That's nice. Okay, let's put that down. Okay, so that's coming along. It's going to go there. I'm going to have to make some washi tape for sure to put these two edges together. So now let's go working on this piece right here. Oh, maybe something like with a pattern. I love that this piece right here actually has kind of like an ink blot on it or something. Even though it's a manufactured paper. You know, this is paper that comes from Asia with I think actually Patty gave this to me, but this you can get it like on Mulberry Papers, stuff like that. Let's put that down here. I do like that, and I'm gonna kind of put this would be good in here. I don't want to cover up too much of my bleeding because I do like that, but let's choose this one here. This paper is not quite as see-through, so I'm gonna kind of tear it pretty close. So that look, oh, that's nice. I like the way that just lays down in there like that. So maybe I should start gluing this down. But I need to put something on the front. I wonder if I should put this on the front. Maybe I should put this on the front. Let me put something else back here. I'm looking. You know it when it's gonna hit you. You'll know it when it hits you. I guess that's the saying. Didn't I just bring out a cream piece that I thought maybe I didn't. Maybe I put it back in here thinking, this piece. That's good. Okay, so that'll go there. Okay, so I'm not going to cover a lot of this up, like I said, because I really like all that bleeding, but I am in a collaging kind of mood, so I wanted to put some of this in there. Pay attention to my time, because I'll just be talking and it'll stop. Okay, so maybe that could be kind of cool like that. Okay, so let's glue these down. Starting with this one. Yeah, I'm glad I thought about that because I know I wanted to do something on the front, and I think something that's a little bit more translucent would be really cool. Okay. It's funny how we come into the studio and you kind of have all kind of moods. Sometimes I come in, I want to pull out and do my printmaking. Other times I want to collage. There are times I come in, I just know I want to do mark making. It's funny. Just kind of being in the flow. This disappears nicely too, which is good. Do I want to do that? I'm going to put this down too, so. I'm going to do it because another layer doesn't hurt. So depending on where I put that, doesn't hurt. Okay. So far so good. Put this down. Alrighty. Okay. This reminds me of some of the, I've been working on some glue gun stencils. I'm gonna show you all that are being inspired by ancient Asian pictographs. We're doing this over in Patreon, but anyway, aren't these yummy? Some of them aren't clear, so it's kind of hard to see them. But yeah, just been having fun with these. Just been making them. Look at that one. And this one. So when I was looking at this little guy right here, it reminded me of the ones that I'm making. That would be a good one to turn into a stencil. I got to remember that. But I kind of go into my research and pull out a lot of these pictographs, and then inspired by them. So I'm just showing you guys that because it just this reminded me of it. Okay, so I do like all of that. This is good. But what we do need is, I feel like I need something here too. Wait a minute, I could, let's put this. No, I think some more text. So if that's there like that, let's grab some of this. Kind of mirrors what's up there. Just going to kind of put it across to right here. I may stretch it across the page, yeah, because we're integrating it. Yeah, let's put that all the way across. Okay. This is from an old document that I had. Okay. This is going to go down low. Okay? And this is going to go up like that. So we'll see some of that. Okay, so now I need to figure this out. I don't want to cover up too much of my staining. So I think I'm going to put it right there. Plus this text, this paper is translucent, so let me change the paper. Glad I looked up because see, it was coming close to coming up on half an hour. Okay, so yeah, this is going to really disappear into this, which is nice. See, so we really still be able to see what's underneath it nicely. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's make our washi tape. So I'm gonna need to make it out of something that's, we're gonna use those papers. Let me just get my tape here. I've done this before. I'm trying to think if I have some, I don't have any of my, I can't get my hands on anything that maybe has my scripting on it that is a strong paper. Like I should have some, but I don't think I do. Let's look in piles and see. These are some of the gel printing on fabrics. Oh, I just love them. So they're neat to work with, especially back in book structures. This is my file folder book. I think I actually have a course up on how to make this, but I'll use it myself just to slip things in. Oh, see, now I forgot I had, let's pull this out, this paper, this kind of this inso circle thing on brown paper. That's a mini workshop that I'm doing over in my Facebook group. It's just $25, but I really thought that it would be a good idea to sort of kind of do an intro to not only intuitive scripting, but to mark making. Because a lot of my mark making, and I think my connection to mark making came out of a result of my connection to my scripting. So it's a mini workshop. It's going to be the end of this month. Check out any of the notice or emails that you may get from me if you're at all interested. But yeah, I thought I would just do these mini series, and the whole focus is going to be around mark making and how to just improve mark making and just kind of have diverse things in it, because I find that a lot of people ask me questions about things that I don't really even think about. Like I think, oh, you know, and then you realize, yeah, no, it's not always as straightforward or easy as I may think. I'm going to tear a little bit of the top of this off so it's not so long, and also I kind of get this nice irregular edge. Okay, I like that. Okay, so I found this gold. This is some of my favorite stuff. So let's see. I'll probably end up embellishing with this in the end. I do like this red too. I need to put a little bit of this in somewhere. So put that there. Let's go ahead and make our washi tape. Let's do that, and then come back to the little zhuzhen part of everything. I want a color that's going to blend in. I like the fact that the text is on this. So let's go ahead and strip this up. This is using our double-sided tape. You guys have seen me do this before. I'm skipping one so that it can still be wide and sort of still have my pattern kind of in the middle. So where is our bone folder? Here we are. So it's always good to take your bone folder and just really score it down. Sorry for any noise you may hear. I'm in the studio, and there were some workshops and stuff going on, so a little background noise. Okay. So let's go ahead and rip this here. I kind of like ripping it because I like getting that feathered in for sure, wherever possible. Let's tear this. You see the papers, they always get that little nice little feathering. I like that. And then let's do this one here on this side. Okay. Alrighty, so let's do this again. Okay, so you know how we took and folded this in half? You guys thought that that was a really good idea the last time I did it. I know, listen, I struggled forever with getting it all wrong every single time. I mean, I don't know, one day this hit me. I don't know what I have to owe it to, but it did. So this needs to go here. So I need to lay this down on that side. So open this side first. Okay. Just kind of peel it back and fold this back to the fold line. Okay. And we just want to take and lay this starting right at the top and just lay it right up against that line. So we'll go ahead and cut this off right across the bottoms because I don't need that. Ready? And then let's pull this side off. And then we just lay this piece right up against it. Now this piece I want to make sure I do it flush against the bottom. So that, there we go. Perfect. Yep. Okay, so let's use our bone folder and get that nice flush. So that's good. Really loving this. Of course, you know I was gonna say that about this time in the video. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. So let's just go ahead and cut this right at the top here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold this in half again. Am I in the view? Okay. And by this being this, you know, the handmade paper, the Indian paper, it's very strong, so that's the good news about it all. Okay, so now this right here has to go here on this side. So we open this edge. So we're going to open this side. So make sure when you're doing this that you kind of figure out, you know, of course, where your flip is going to be. So this goes down like this. And it's nice that that white is there because it really does act as a guide. It's thick too, so it acts as a guide to just be able to slide your paper right up against. It's almost like a, it really acts a lot like a placement tool, like, you know, when you're doing printmaking. Okay, so now this is going to be the tricky part. Hopefully, let me just see. Because I want to get this in over here. And I'm hoping that this is going to kind of go over. Wait a minute. Let me get this part set up. Because I want it to be above on this side. So that's good. Hoping I can squeeze this in, and it's going to, I might have to trim some of it because I'm kind of working this against already something being there, but we're going to figure it out. Use my bone folder and I can push through because remember, I only lightly glued this, but I tacked it down with the staples. So that's always a good reason to kind of staple your stuff, especially when you're going from page to page, because it does help to let me just move this over a little bit. It does help to make sure that if you have to make any adjustments, you can. Now there's a little extra tape right there because the page wasn't even. So one of the things you can do is just, sometimes I just put, believe it or not, like some powder or a dry pigment down in there. But also what we can do, if I don't have to spend a lot of time looking for it, I also will take gold leaf and just stick some gold leaf down in there. I don't see any of a gold leaf right off. Who knows where I put it. So even like a nice thin paper or anything like that to absorb the tackiness works really, really good. So I'm not going to spend time trying to look for it. But right now, so you can even just take your finger and rub it in there. Because it's not going to stick. And then I think when I find some of my gold leaf or something, I'll put it in there. Or even you can paint it. Sometimes just putting a little paint over that sticky bit will keep it from being sticky on your flap if you need to. And it's just a little bit there. So if that ever happens to you, just think in terms of little gold leaf or a little paint. So now this is going to go right in there. I think I like it lined up. Or do I want to put it here? So let's get the book back now. Let's put this back inside. Flip outs are a lot of fun because you can collage. It gives you the extra space, but you know, it just adds to the design element of the work. Okay. So that looks good. This. So now let's see. Do we want to put this so it's kind of off, so it's centered? Well, if it's centered, it's going to be just there right anyhow. Okay. I like that. So let's go ahead and take the feather out, and let's go ahead and oh, I got to come back to my little elements, so don't I? Let's go ahead and use our uhu. Now, like I said, this is tea bag. This is those tea bags that you, I'll make sure to put the link for them. You can get them on Amazon. I think like 100 come in a box for, I don't know, $7, $5, something like that. And I love tea staining them and coffee staining them, and then printing them lightly on the gel plate with my glazing technique, which picks up, you see how it's just like a little layer of color? It's like about the color of the tea staining, and then I pick up some of the scripting. And then what happens is that, perfect. And they just make these neat little kind of collage pockets that, because they're out of thin paper, they literally just disappear on the page. Now I have my feather, which I can slide back in there. So this works in perfectly with our cabinet of curiosities. And then, because I remember I had this right here, I feel like I want to put some of this on this pocket, on a little feather pocket. So definitely get some of those. I just have jelly sessions where I just will print with those. I also print with the coffee filters. These are, you know, the natural color ones on the gel plate. I love them because they're circular, because, you know, they're the ones that are like this, right? And then I open them up and print, and then you can actually create these more circular kind of collage elements with them, and then continue to collage all around them and everything. I love these. But anyway, back to this, Robin. So let's extend this whole idea of this pocket so that it doesn't look like a separate element. And then that can go like right there. Oh, I'm loving it. See how all the language and the images are building up, and we're just getting this real sort of document-like quality to everything. And mixing vintage papers with our printed papers, coffee stain papers, with papers that we can purchase, like the ones I've been using. All these papers you can get at Blick or on Mulberry Papers. And it really just adds to, yeah, it just really adds to all the information that's being put down. And that's what gives it that sort of, to me, this is what gives it like an authentic look. Like you could stumble across this, and this book could have been, you know, in someone's, you know, drawer for, you know, a number of decades. It's just like mixing, you know, the right kind of color patterns, like with these papers, Get some more. Let me get our coconut, Gina, because I got a lot of different surfaces going on here, and that spray paint kind of, sometimes you need a stronger glue to put things down. Okay, so if you're mixing, like these are my gel prints that are also coffee stained, and then these are all new papers, right? But when you mix them in, and then the scripting, coffee staining, you know, the reverse of that stamp. This is a photocopy of that document, and then this is an authentic piece of, you know, Asian ephemera. So sort of mixing them around, I think, is what gives it just a nice quality. And I do want to put this somewhere, like, I don't know, let me just rip it off and then figure out where we're going to put it. So I like this little bit of gold. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's see if we can put it in somewhere. Oh, I think I know. I might want to put it on the edge of this, kind of to finish this off as a document. Maybe just on this one edge, just part the way up. Kind of adds to the richness of what we got going on here. Let's use this. So that kind of came together pretty easily. I was not sure. I'm here to tell you, when I started the video, I'm like, I like the way all these things look together, but I don't know what this page is going to end up looking like. So do I want to put this edge? Yeah, let's do it like that. So it kind of gives a finish. It makes it, you know, like this edge was raw. We already had flipped this up, which is nice. So just putting that there, I feel like it finishes off this spread. And I think it's a nice transition. Like everything is working together nicely. Oh, so we had done that last one out of this color. I know we had done it, but I didn't remember which color paper, but a similar paper. Have something to stick in there. And then we have this and this. So we had got our collages in with our little pocket for our ephemera, and then we're on to the next. Wow, that came together well. So I'll make sure I do some flips from time to time. I know some of you in the chat were saying, well, I'll just do a flip right now. We have a little extra time. I'll start from the beginning and we'll just flip through. Because some of you are saying, oh, it'd be good for some time to flip through the book again. So I love using these circles, but I swear to goodness, I'm going to say it because, you know, we're all in here together. I had some of my, let's put it like this. Some of those people who follow me who are inspired by my work, but don't want to give credit. Okay. They started using this paper and they use it so much, it's like driving me crazy. Like I don't even like to use it myself because I'm like, oh my God, you just overuse that paper. So it's like when you get a paper, like this is what the paper looks like. You guys can get this on mulberry papers. I mean, it's there for everybody, you know, so of course, get some. And it comes in a big piece. But like, I just don't see myself using like rows of it, you know what I mean? Generally, I use it as just a special isolated image, kind of to, you know, imitate my insu, or it reminds me of the circle. And I just like, I think when you take it out and you separate it from all of them, they just, because they're all different. This is all handmade. So each little circle, when you look at them, they're all different. And so I think like when you separate it out, you kind of allow the uniqueness of it to be there. Now, I'm not saying I don't use a couple or two or three at a time, but my goodness, they're just like circles everywhere. It's all this in every color, red, black, white. I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyhow, here's our pocket. Oh, a little editorial comment when I saw that. Our envelope. This is, remember we did this. I love that. I have some more of this. We gotta use some of this. In some of our stuff. That's our flip out. Love, love, love this page. See, these type of collages just really speak to me. I love that. These are nice with our, get this right, with our printables at Cabinet of Curiosities we've been using. And that's some of this paper right here. Remember? We were using it there. Cabinet of Curiosities. Cabinet of Curiosities. And this is napkins. Cabinet of Curiosities. We were really using those. Love the fabric on here. These are also Cabinet of Curiosities. This is another little pocket. I love this little lace in this bag there. That's of course Cabinet of Curiosities there. And then this is another napkin. Ink blots. Some more. That's from the Cabinet of Curiosities. Of course, our new stamps. This is Cabinet of Curiosities. This is my stencil. Love that stencil. In the hearth codes. Some more belly bands, more good collaging. It's our little specimen piece. That's the Tim Holtz stamp with the ink that we were using. Love it. Cabinet of Curiosities. This is one of mine from one of my trips, archaeological trips there. Cabinet of Curiosities, a nice collage. Some of my handmade paper. We did that on a slide. This is our printing on kimono with Tim Holtz stamp, handmade paper. These are our slides, our slide scans. We were doing all of our slides there. I love these. I love the transition too. It really feels like we're traveling and we're doing our book as we're traveling. Love this. Another flip with our pocket that we made in our belly band here. Cabinet of Curiosities. Some gel prints. That's the other stamp. Love it. And slides. Pocket. The beautiful paper that was gifted. Yvonne. Another pocket that we made from the stamp using our and some coffee staining. That's Cabinet of Curiosities. Wow, we've really gotten a lot out of that. And then here's our flips. A little pocket made out of tea bag, our feather, and just our, pulling together a lot of language, scripting, old text. So there we are. And we're current. So you guys have a great weekend as always. Thank you for hanging out with me. I always enjoy our time together. If you're new to the channel, please hit that bell and hit all so you get all the notifications. We do this every Saturday. Come in if you hit premiere when you get a notification, then it'll let you know about our chat. Come in and chat. We are just chatting all over the world. It's such a wonderful group of creators in there. I love our Saturday morning hangouts, and we just talk, share all kind of stuff, and even we cut up in there too. We really are cutting up in there. We have a lot of fun. And if you enjoyed the video, please thumb it up, push it out, because YouTube sees that as you liked it and they want other people to like it too. And that's everything. So until next week, happy creating, and from my studio to yours, lots of love. See you next week. Bye-bye.